In my neighborhood, there's a lot of great people, a lot of good things going on, and one of them is Tyler Feaster, who is here. He's the Outdoors in the Bluegrass TV show, everything, producer, everything, right?
To an extent, yeah.
To an extent. It's outinthebg.com. Yep. This is season 5. How'd you get this started?
Kind of a long story, but I'll nutshell it. I like to talk.
Okay, then we'll do okay. I'm the same way.
Back in 2017, we started the show just as a simple Facebook and YouTube show. I had done some filming for some streaming TV channels back in 2016 when my brother Scott was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. Unfortunately, he lost that battle in January of 2017. And he kind of left us with 3 wishes. He said, I want you to live life to the fullest, stick together as family, and spread the awareness of esophageal cancer. So hard on my parents and my siblings and his children, my nieces and my niece and nephews and his wife. It was just kind of an idea that I came up with because we all enjoyed the outdoors growing up. I mean, that's what we did our entire life. And my brother Scott, he was probably the biggest fisherman out of all of us. And actually the last time I got to fish with him, I was filming for another TV show for another network. The first time I'd ever done it, I had no idea what I was doing, but he ate it up. He thought it was the coolest thing ever, and he kept telling me, you know, keep going, don't give up, you've got this is something awesome that you're doing. And so I came up with the idea to do this show that was just based around our family enjoying what we do in the outdoors, to kind of fulfill those last 3 wishes. And that's what we've been doing. And here we are getting ready to film and release our 5th season.
Yeah, it's crazy. You have 5.5 million households, 10 million views a month. Mm-hmm. And so when you talk about your brother, does that make this job even more fun? Or is it heavy, like, you know, Scott, I'm trying to do the best job I can. Do you ever feel the weight of it, or are you just enjoying it? Like he said, live life.
Oh, no, we're definitely just enjoying it. I mean, I think it's done exactly what we intended it to do. It got us off of our tuchus and got us moving, and he did not want us to, you know, to feel sad that he was gone. He wanted us to live life the best way we could possible, because we never know when our days are numbered. I mean, he was 47 years old, getting ready to turn 48, and I mean, he had no idea that, you know, his clock was ticking as fast as it was. None of us do. We have no idea, and that's kind of the whole point about it. And growing up in the outdoors, fishing and hunting and everything, it just seemed like the right thing to do. And yeah, like you said, now, I mean, 10 million video views a month. It's humbling, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Well, it's so funny. Chrissy is here too.
Yeah, my wife is here.
And she's on the show, but she didn't want to step in front of our camera, so I'm going to have to make fun of her when we're done here. What do you say to folks who watch the show? How can we watch you? And I think this may be a message we desperately need right now, because we are all in our minds, we are all in our feelings, and things are so crazy and nothing is normal, that to live life and to get out and love your family and do what you can, those are things we all need to think about.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Our last season, season 4, because we kind of film, produce, and release videos within a week or 2 time frame. We keep it very real and relevant to what's going on in the current world, I guess you could say, especially around Kentucky. But our show can be watched on Roku TV, Fire TV. We have our own channels on there. You can search under Outdoors in the Bluegrass. We have our own YouTube channel, and of course, outinthebg.com. You can watch all of our content there as well and see all the pictures. And Facebook is always a good thing to follow us on, because there's a lot of stuff we put on Facebook that you can't see anywhere else, especially the more, I guess, getting to know us closer. You know, we're a little bit more open and personable on Facebook than sometimes we are in the TV show, so you get a little extra click there. But you're right, you know, last year, we kind of create a new motto for every year. And last year, because of everything that happened with COVID-19, and it really changed our filming plan. Like, we got thrown for a loop real fast, because even though you're outdoors, there's a lot of things that we had planned that we just couldn't do because of COVID-19. So we had to really jump in and make it work. But last year our theme was kind of get up, get dressed, and get out. Even though we were on quarantine, being out with the deer and the fish was perfectly safe, and we really pushed that, you know, get out. The mental aspect of being into quarantine and everything that we've been through is heavy. I mean, we hear a lot of people talk about it in the background, you know, people dealing with addiction and depression, and I mean, even the kids, their entire life was turned upside down with schooling. Getting outdoors, it can absolutely change your mindset completely, just spending time outdoors, and that's our message for season 5. We are fed by nature. Not only are we fed by nature by actually cooking and eating fish or deer or something like that, but it soothes our mind, body, and soul, everything we do. So that's kind of our message for season 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry you all were tossed into that message the way you were, but so if we can learn that, what your season is about this year, maybe we'll do better, because when you talk about being depressed or having an addiction or something like that, it's like, shh, don't say that out loud, right? Everybody wants you to hush it down. Don't talk about being sad out loud. That's not what we need to do. The shame and the fear and the trying to stuff it down gets us in trouble every time, I think.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, and you know, that's kind of what started this adventure with my wife and myself and my parents. My parents, they didn't come either. See, we're all comfortable on camera when we're out fishing and hunting.
Not with me. I'm hurt right now.
Yeah, but you get with all these lights and everything, and it kind of changes a little bit. And even myself, being as big-headed on camera as I am, this is kind of nerve-wracking. But yeah, I mean,
look at that beauty.
Yeah, it's absolutely. That was actually, yeah, the footage you're looking at was Lake Cumberland, actually just a couple weeks ago.
And that's our lake. I mean, that's here. We don't have to go to Barbados or somewhere for that.
No. I mean, that was just an hour-and-a-half drive in 19-degree weather, Chrissy, I think it was that morning. And we came home with red toes, but we caught some fish and had some fun. And it was a beautiful bluebird sky day. I mean, it's spend a lot of time in the outdoors doing a lot of fun stuff. And it can really change your entire perspective on your day.
I look at all that too, and it reminds me, I often have to calm myself down not to chase people who throw stuff out of their windows onto the street. You know, litterers, I can't take it. That you look at that beauty and you realize we're responsible for something that is grander than you could ever imagine. So don't mess it up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of the big things that we proponed on last year. Probably one of the things we're most well known for locally is the white bass spawning run. So Taylorsville Lake, which is really close to here.
And they have water rafting, everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, kayaking, water rafting, you name it. And that's one of the things with the white bass run that we cover every year. People love it, and I guess that's what's kind of made us locally well known, because we give them real live updates on the conditions of this. These fish move up at certain times of the year, right around spring, and I mean, you can literally catch one after another. So people with kids have just started flocking down there because it gets their kids interested. It holds their attention because they're actually catching fish. But that was one of the things we talked about last year is now because of our coverage, you've got people from all over coming and fishing this thing down off of the Salt River. And that was one of the things we talked about last year you know, with as many people as we're bringing in, we noticed a huge spike. We were talking with Fish and Wildlife, even though they couldn't sell out-of-state hunting license last year, their fishing and hunting license sales were actually up.
And that's local. That's good news. That's money in our community.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it helps all of the public access lands and waterways that we can all use and enjoy. If you don't know, if you're watching this and you don't know what a public WMA is, a wildlife management area, you need to look it up. These are places that you can go completely free. In most cases, you can hunt on them, you can fish on them, or you can just hike and sightsee. They're beautiful, and they're free. Go enjoy them.
We appreciate you very much, Tyler. The show is The Outdoors in the Bluegrass TV show. And again, you can see it on just about every streaming service there is, right?
Darn near.
Darn near.
Not Apple yet, but we're getting there.
That's okay. We'll get you on there. Outinthebg.com. If you don't get to go out, watch them. Enjoy what they do. And again, they're doing it in honor of their brother, Scott, this year. Tyler and Chrissy, thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.